Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Been gone for a little bit, so I wanted to just come back and do a quick Python Pandas tips video. So ultimately this video came out of a previous live stream that we did where we analyzed internet usage data. And so in that video, we had a, kind of starting data frame that looked like this, had a bunch of information on all sorts of different countries, a bunch of different statistics, and different metrics for those countries. And it was a pretty bulky, messy data set to start. And we ultimately converted it into a much more usable data frame, something that looked like this. But the issue that I had is that the intermediate steps to get to this final output data frame, I thought were quite messy. Like we have all of these intermediate lines that set these intermediate data frames. And like, for example, this final data frame, it's called final data frame. And then I proceed to manipulate it like 4 additional times. So I just wanted to do a quick video on how you can clean up your pandas code a bit so you don't have this kind of mess of intermediate lines if you don't want. So I guess before I get into that, one quick thing that I think is helpful is to use this library called Pyjanitor. So if you want to install Pyjanitor, you can open up a terminal window. You can do a pip install Pyjanitor. And I already have it, as you see. And then within your Python code, you will import janitor. And so as we can see, we have this little simple toy data frame that just has first name, age, and city. One common thing we want to do with our pandas code is like maybe we want to uniform our column names. So in Python syntax, like it's a lot easier to work with things that are lowercase and connected with underscores, especially with like pandas versus like having spaces in it. So one cool functionality that Janitor gives us access to is this clean names function. So if I run this and then look at our data frame, we see that now everything's been lowercase and connected with underscores. There's other things that we can do with Pyjanitor, which we'll see in a second, but this is just kind of a good starting point. You also can actually like pass in different types of like formatting of your column name. So if you wanted to use camel case or something, I believe it's also possible to do that with this clean names. I'll link the documentation in the description. But the real thing that we wanted to do here is take this lines and lines of data frame code and make it a little bit more simpler. So we can see how we can do that with what's known as chaining. So we can chain these different commands together. In this day and age with all of the LLMs that we have access to, honestly, what I would recommend is just like copying this code, going to a LLM. So I'm going to open up Chrome. I'll go to Claude. And just say something like, how can I remove the intermediate data frame steps to get a chained Python Pandas command to get my final output data frame? Paste in the code. And we see it gives us a nice new, one line, everything's connected together command that basically gets us what we did in all of this. And so why this is nice is because maybe you don't want all of these intermediate data frames floating around where you don't really know what is what. It's also sometimes really hard if you want to give like descriptive names to these intermediate data frames. When you're using Python Pandas, I feel like it's often tough to use long descriptive variable names. It's better to use things like data frames. So as a result, it just gets like very messy while you're trying to balance being descriptive with your Python Pandas data frames while also like, doing things efficiently and not having too much kind of unnecessary code. So we now get this. If we go to our Visual Studio Code, we can now take what was initially looking like this, cleaned up using this code. Now we can do something that's a bit different and just have some code that looks, kind of like this. So I'm going to change this to df. And now if we don't need the return, but let's say like output df equals df all of this code, and then let's look at our output df. And we see we get the basically same exact thing. I think we maybe did, oh, I just looked at the head before. And so we have, a one-line thing that does all of that. And as long as you surround it in parentheses like that, you can, run multiple of these chained commands, on top of each other. You could, organize this how you see fit. Maybe you combine these query functions to one, but we see we get that. One additional cool thing that this Pyjanitor library gives us access to is, if you look at the documentation that I've linked in the description, we see that, this is kind of what I'm talking about. You might do something like this, where it might be a little bit more clean to do something like this. But then with Pyjanitor, there's some more descriptive type names. So like, instead of doing drop.columns, there's specifically a function that we get access to that's remove columns. So let's see if this we can add these more specific functions into our, into our cleaned up code. So what this might look like is I'll create a new line or another new cell, copy all of this in, and now I might just do something like rename columns. I can just do this lambda function in here now. I can do drop columns, and I can just pass in this list. I think that's all really for this one, but you could leverage more types of things. I guess this replace could probably be like I think that this is fine. But sometimes like using drop columns and rename columns might be easier than having to remember drop and then the specific like index that you're dropping on. So let's see if this gives us still the same code. We might have to make this like a dictionary comprehension. I think that this might work. We're using janitor here, import janitor, yep. Let's just double check that documentation. Oh, it's remove columns, not drop columns. And so now we get a new output that's the same. So maybe rename columns and having remove columns is helpful to you, but you can also just do it this way. But I wanted to show this chaining as just a kind of helpful way to kind of clean up and remove all of these intermediate steps. That's basically the video. Hopefully either maybe the clean names function or the, some of these extra new names that you have access to with this janitor library as long as it's imported, or just even seeing this chaining is helpful. If it is, throw this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do have a very long tutorial dropping soon that I think is very, very useful. It's on Python and Cordo. It's all sorts of analytics reporting stuff. So make sure to subscribe to not miss that video. It's very relevant to a lot of freelance work that I do. And I feel like ultimately the most valuable videos I can make are like real world things that apply and, I can make that you or anyone can make money on in the real world by using. So subscribe to not miss the Corto and Python video. Peace out.